Welcome back to the Old Photo Vault channel. Carlo Parola soars into a spectacular overhead kick on a foggy match day, Italy, 1950s. In this striking moment, Carlo Parola appears suspended in midair, embodying both elegance and audacity. The players around him seem almost frozen in awe as they witness the attempt unfolding. The soft grain of the photograph gives the scene a dreamlike quality, as if time itself paused to honor the beauty of the play. Every detail echoes the passion and authenticity of football's early decades. Seen today, the image feels like a tribute to an era when skill, courage, and instinct defined the legends of the game. Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy share a joyful moment with a uniformed soldier on a film set. USA, 1940s. In this warm and spirited scene, Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy stand close beside the soldier, their smiles full of easy camaraderie. The playful contrast between their oversized trousers and the crisp uniform of the serviceman adds a gentle touch of humor that feels unmistakably theirs. The soft tones and clean composition give the moment a timeless charm, as if laughter itself were preserved in the grain of the photograph. You can almost hear their light-hearted banter drifting through the air, blending seamlessly with the atmosphere of the set. Looking back, it feels like a tender reminder of how their comedy brought comfort and joy even in eras shadowed by uncertainty. A group of steelworkers ride a massive beam high above the city skyline. Suspended mid-air during the skyscraper boom, USA, 1920s, 1930s. The photograph hums with a daring spirit, capturing the raw courage of men who built America's great cities one beam at a time. Their relaxed postures contrast sharply with the dizzying height, as if the open sky were just another workplace. The faint haze over the city below adds a dreamlike softness, turning steel and sweat into something almost poetic. Each man's expression hints at grit, camaraderie, and the quiet pride of shaping a skyline that would define an era. Seen today, the image stands as a tribute to the fearless laborers whose hands carved modern America into the clouds. Laura Dern and Nicolas Cage stand together in a bold, rebellious pose that reflects the wild, untamed spirit associated with their wild-at-heart era. USA, early 1990s. There's an edgy confidence in the way they lean into each other, their matching sunglasses and cool expressions capturing the mood of a generation drawn to danger and glamour. The grainy black and white tones add a smoky, cinematic feel, as if the moment were lifted straight from a road movie dreamscape. Their leather and patterned jackets radiate attitude, echoing the rock and roll energy of early 90s youth culture. It's a fleeting glimpse into the chemistry and charisma that made their on-screen pairing unforgettable. Today, the photograph stands like a snapshot of raw, rebellious love at the height of its cool. Mary Fields, famously known as Stagecoach Mary, sits poised with her rifle in hand, a symbol of the grit and courage that made her a legend of the American West. USA, late 1800s. There is a quiet strength in her gaze, the kind forged through years of frontier hardship and unshakable determination. Her sturdy posture and weathered attire speak of long miles traveled, storms faced, and dangers met head-on. The sepia tones wrap the scene in a warm, rugged dignity, echoing the rough landscapes she once crossed to deliver the mail. She seems both resolute and calm, a woman who carved out her place in a world that rarely made room for someone like her. Today, the photograph stands as a powerful reminder of an extraordinary life defined by resilience, independence, and an unstoppable spirit. A woman lounges playfully across the roofline of a classic Porsche 911 Targa, her pose capturing the carefree spirit of sun-soaked drives. Likely USA or Europe, 1970s. There's a breezy, effortless cool in the way she leans forward, her oversized jacket and windswept hair adding a touch of rebellious glamour. The soft grain of the black and white film gives the moment a dreamy, cinematic texture, as though lifted from an old road trip magazine. The iconic Targa bar gleams beneath her, grounding the scene firmly in the golden age of sports car culture. Her reflective sunglasses hide her expression just enough to make the moment feel mysterious, spontaneous, and a little untamed. Today, the photograph feels like a snapshot of pure vintage freedom, equal parts attitude, style, and that unmistakable thrill of the open road. Irina Bugrimova, the famed Soviet lion trainer, sits calmly before a massive male lion lounging on a sofa. USSR, early to mid-1960s. There's an astonishing gentleness in the way she leans forward, her hand extended as if speaking to an old friend rather than a powerful predator. The lion's relaxed sprawl across the couch adds an almost surreal domesticity, blurring the line between wild instinct and trained trust. Light filters through the large windows behind them, giving the moment a soft, dignified glow. Her composed posture reflects decades of mastery, patience, and fearless dedication to her craft. Today, the photograph stands as a mesmerizing testament to the extraordinary bond that can exist between humans and the wild creatures they devote their lives to understanding. Ilse Koch stands in the courtroom under heavy guard, infamous for her brutal war crimes as one of the most feared figures of the Nazi regime. Germany, late 1940s. The weight of her atrocities hangs in the air, and the crowd gathered seems frozen between outrage and disbelief. Her cold, distant expression contrasts sharply with the rigid soldiers flanking her, as if the gravity of justice finally presses down on a woman known for unimaginable cruelty. Faces in the audience reflect years of trauma, each person carrying memories of a darkness she helped create. Light falls sharply across the room, carving out a stark divide between innocence and guilt. Even decades later, this image stands as a chilling reminder of how deeply human evil can scar the world. Federico Fellini sits quietly beside his wife, Giulietta Messina, in the backseat of a car as the night crowds pulse around them. Italy, 1950s. There's an intimate stillness inside the car, as if the world outside momentarily fades while the couple share a private pause. Fellini's focused posture contrasts with Messina's calm, elegant presence, her expression carrying that familiar blend of warmth and quiet strength. The grain of the black and white image adds a cinematic texture, almost echoing the dreamlike tone that defined his films. You can sense the gentle bond between them, built through years of shared artistry and intertwined lives. Seen now, the photograph feels like a tender, unguarded glimpse into the world of two icons who shaped the soul of Italian cinema. Two children sit atop a resting hippopotamus outside a big circus-style tent, capturing a surreal and daring attraction from an earlier era, USA or Europe, early 1900s. There's an almost storybook innocence in the way the children smile, unaware of the immense power of the animal beneath them. The dusty fairground around them bustles softly. Men in hats chatting, wagons parked nearby, and performers or workers moving about their day. The hippo's calm posture contrasts with the lively surroundings, adding a dreamlike quality to the scene. Soft sunlight washes the moment in a warm, nostalgic glow, as if time itself were holding still. Today, the photograph feels like a window into a bygone world of traveling shows and impossibly curious attractions, equal parts wonder and wild, unfiltered history. A lavish scene from the 1951 Italian comedy era Louis C. unfolds in an ornate palace set, where performers lounge beside a decorative pool in shimmering, exotic costumes. Italy, 1951. The composition glows with theatrical extravagance. Every column, cushion, and lotus flower arranged to evoke a fantasy of ancient opulence. The actresses recline with effortless poise, their poses blending sensuality with the playful exaggeration typical of mid-century Italian cinema. Soft lighting drapes the room in a dreamlike shimmer, making the tiled floor and embroidered fabric sparkle with cinematic charm. In the background, attendants and onlookers maintain elegant stillness, giving the scene layers of depth and regal flair. Today, the image stands as a vivid reminder of the era's bold, imaginative filmmaking, where humor, glamour, and spectacle intertwined in scenes crafted purely for pleasure and delight. A woman stands at a busy intersection beside a trabant amid the rhythms of everyday life in East Berlin. DDR, 1987. The photograph captures a fleeting moment where ordinary people move through a city still shaped by quiet tension and resilience. Sunlight cuts through the streets, casting long shadows that feel almost symbolic of the era. The woman's stillness contrasts with the restless flow around her, creating a sense of pause within the bustle. The trabant beside her, iconic in its modest simplicity, anchors the scene firmly in its time and place. Looking at it now, the image feels like a window into a world on the edge of change, holding its breath just before history turned a new page. Marion Davies, dressed in an ornate period costume, shares a poised and affectionate moment with media magnate William Randolph Hearst, USA, early 20th century. There's a graceful elegance in the way she lifts her hand, her expression calm and luminous beneath the elaborate wig and floral adornments. Hearst's gentle smile reveals a rare softness, a glimpse of the man behind the empire he built. The soft lighting lends the scene a theatrical glow, as if the moment were unfolding on a grand stage rather than behind the scenes. Their connection feels warm and unmistakably personal, shaped by years of intertwined lives and ambitions. Today, the photograph reads like a delicate vignette from another era, where glamour, power, and affection all mingled quietly in the wings. A Soviet soldier, identified in records as Sergeant F. Anakin, struggles in a tense misunderstanding with a German woman over her bicycle in Berlin, May 1945. The image captures a raw, unfiltered moment from the fragile first days of peace, when fear, confusion, and exhaustion still lingered heavily in the air. The woman's determined posture contrasts sharply with the soldier's insistent grip, creating a powerful tension that speaks to the chaos of a world just emerging from war. Onlookers gather around them, their expressions a mix of caution, disbelief, and weary curiosity. The ruined city behind them feels like a silent witness, bearing the scars of a conflict that reshaped millions of lives. Seen today, the photograph stands as a haunting reminder that even after the guns fell silent, human stories of misunderstanding, survival, and dignity continue to unfold on the streets. A family sleeps peacefully inside their Nash Air flight, its fully reclined seats forming a cozy bed beneath the shade of a quiet park, USA, early 1950s. There's a gentle serenity in this scene, as if time itself paused to let the family rest in perfect harmony. Soft sunlight filters through the trees, dancing across the blankets and casting tender shadows over their faces. The clever design of the Nash Air flight turns the moment into something both practical and dreamlike, capturing the innocence of an era when travel felt full of possibility. You can almost sense the warmth of a summer afternoon and the calm hum of a world moving slowly outside the open car door. Today, the photograph feels like a charming tribute to mid-century ingenuity and the simple joy of being together. A man sits at the front of his balloon-busting game booth, surrounded by worn signs and plush prizes in a quiet corner of a vintage fairground, USA, 1950s. The scene feels suspended in time, capturing the stillness between the laughter and noise that usually fill places like this. His relaxed posture and distant gaze suggest a quiet moment of waiting. As sunlight settles softly on the faded paint and weathered wood around him, the stuffed prizes lined neatly behind him add a touch of charm, hinting at the small joys that once drew crowds to the booth. Shadows stretch across the sidewalk, giving the photograph a mood both gritty and nostalgic. Today, It stands as a tender glimpse into everyday life at an old amusement park, where simple games and simple moments shape the rhythm of long-forgotten summers. Two young girls sleep gently against each other on a long bus ride, captured by Soviet photographer Vladimir Roloff, USSR, late 1970s, early 1980s. The photograph radiates a quiet tenderness, as if the hum of the bus and the warmth of the afternoon have lulled the children into peaceful dreams. Sunlight drifts through the window, softening the scene and casting delicate highlights on their dresses. Around them, passengers sit in stillness, each lost in their own thoughts as the countryside glides by outside. The gentle weight of the girls leaning on one another speaks of trust, innocence, and the unspoken comfort of companionship. Looking at it now, the image feels like a gentle memory of childhood. Fragile, fleeting, and beautifully timeless. A line of children bundled in thick quilted winter wraps waits under the gentle guidance of their caretaker. USSR, 1950s. There is a quiet charm in the way the children stand patiently, their tiny faces framed by soft hoods that make them look almost like little snow angels. The caretaker's warm gesture adds a tender note, softening the stark cold of the scene. Puddles glisten under their feet, reflecting a world that feels both harsh and hopeful at the same time. The heavy fabrics, the muted tones, and the simple wooden structure behind them evoke a bygone era shaped by resilience and routine. Looking at the photograph now, it feels like a nostalgic window into childhood in a colder, simpler world, where warmth came as much from people as from clothing. Marilyn Monroe kneels gracefully as she signs her name beside her handprints, surrounded by an eager crowd on Hollywood Boulevard, USA, 1950s. There's a soft glow in the moment, as if the excitement of the crowd bends gently around Marilyn's calm, radiant presence. The young boy watching her seems mesmerized, capturing the innocence of meeting a legend in real life. Sunlight spills across the pavement, highlighting the fresh imprint of her hands, a symbol of a star whose light transcended the screen. The faces in the background reflect pure admiration, each person witnessing a small piece of Hollywood magic unfold. Today, the photograph feels like a tender reminder of an era when glamour, wonder, and dreams all converged on a single sidewalk. A young teddy boy and teddy girl twirl into a lively rock and roll dance on a busy London street, their energy drawing a cheerful crowd. UK, 1950s. The photograph crackles with motion, the girl's skirt caught mid-spin as if lifted by the rhythm itself. The boy leans in with effortless swagger, embodying the rebellious charm that defined the teddy subculture. Onlookers cluster along the pavement, their smiles and curious gazes turning the impromptu dance into a small moment of shared delight. The old brick buildings behind them frame the scene with a timeless, gritty beauty that feels unmistakably British. Today, the image stands as a vibrant echo of an era when youth culture found its voice in music, movement, and the freedom of the streets. A young woman stands smiling beside a ladder as two workers adjust the ropes and rigging around her during what appears to be a light-hearted moment on a city rooftop. USA, 1940s, 1950s. There's an easy charm in the way she balances confidence and playfulness, her bright expression contrasting with the focused concentration of the men assisting her. Sunlight filters through the hazy skyline behind them, softening the edges of the scene and giving it a dreamy, vintage glow. The workers' paint-splattered clothes and sturdy posture ground the moment in everyday labor, while her stylish outfit adds a touch of Hollywood flair. It feels like one of those spontaneous intersections where ordinary life briefly flirts with glamour. Today, the image carries a warm nostalgia, capturing a carefree instant suspended high above the city. Workers assemble machinery parts along a crowded factory line, surrounded by metal shavings and the constant rhythm of industrial labor. USA, early 1900s. The scene pulses with the energy of the industrial age. every worker bent over their task with a mix of focus and fatigue. Overhead gears and belts hum in a mechanical chorus, filling the space with the unmistakable sound of progress. The dim, hazy light drifting through the workshop adds a gritty texture, highlighting the sheer effort etched into each person's posture. Rows of parts and tools stretch into the background, capturing the relentless pace of mass production. Today, the photograph stands as a powerful reminder of the hands and hard work that shaped the modern world, one piece of metal at a time. A Dutch woman is paraded through the streets as an act of public humiliation after the liberation from Nazi occupation. Netherlands, 1945. The photograph carries a heavy, unsettling silence, as if the weight of war lingers in every face surrounding her. The woman's expression is solemn and resigned, standing in stark contrast to the anger and accusation etched into the men's gestures. Buildings in the background appear calm, but the crowd's tension reveals a society struggling to process years of fear, betrayal, and loss. Sunlight falls unevenly across the scene, casting harsh highlights that seem to mirror the harsh judgment unfolding. Today, the image remains a somber reminder of how liberation often brought not only relief, but also painful reckonings born from the wounds of occupation. Marilyn Monroe walks barefoot along a dusty rural road as others approach a waiting truck, the quiet landscape unfolding around them. USA, early 1960s. There's a soft, wandering beauty in the way Marilyn stands at the center, her silhouette delicate against the rugged terrain. The stillness of the desert-like surroundings contrasts with the small, purposeful movements of the people around her, creating a scene that feels both ordinary and dreamlike. Light spills gently across the dirt path, giving the moment a warm, cinematic glow that follows her like an unspoken aura. The worn truck ahead seems almost symbolic, a reminder of long journeys, film sets, and the restless life she carried with her. Today, the photograph feels like a fragile glimpse into a quieter side of Marilyn Monroe, unguarded, thoughtful, and briefly at peace in an open, lonely landscape. A group of British teddy boys pose confidently outside a storefront, showcasing the sharp style and attitude that defined the post-war youth subculture. UK, 1950s. There's a striking unity in the way they stand together. Their draped jackets, slicked back hair, and polished shoes forming a bold visual statement. Each face carries a mix of defiance and cool pride, as if they know they're part of something new and electric. The posters behind them hint at the rock and roll wave that fueled their identity, adding a cinematic backdrop to the scene. Sunlight spills across the pavement, sharpening the contrast between shadow and swagger. Today, the photograph feels like a time capsule of Britain's first major youth movement, stylish, rebellious, and unforgettable. Members of the Soviet 588th Night Bomber Regiment, the famed Night Witches, stand together in uniform, their smiles hinting at courage forged in the darkest hours of war. USSR, early 1940s. There is a striking warmth in their expressions, a quiet contrast to the perilous missions they flew night after night in fragile biplanes. Sunlight filters through the trees behind them, softening the scene and adding a peaceful glow to faces that once braved enemy fire with unwavering resolve. Their medals glint subtly, silent symbols of bravery earned through fearlessness and sacrifice. The closeness in their stance reflects a bond born from shared danger, determination, and deep camaraderie. Today, the photograph stands as a powerful reminder of the extraordinary women who rewrote the limits of courage in a world at war. A Ford Model T truck, outfitted for camping stands loaded with gear beneath the trees, capturing the adventurous spirit of early American road travel. USA, early 1900s. There's a rugged charm in the way every inch of the vehicle is packed with bundles, tools, and rolled bedding, as if ready to chase the horizon at a moment's notice. The worn wheels and canvas cover hint at long miles already traveled, carrying stories of dust, campfires, and open skies. A man sits nearby in quiet ease, watching over the humble campsite with the calm patience of someone who knows the road well. Soft light settles over the clearing, giving the entire scene a warm, timeless glow. Today, the photograph feels like a window into a simpler era when exploration meant ingenuity, grit, and the thrill of discovering the world one dirt road at a time. Larisa Golubkina glides playfully on a scooter through a lively city street, children laughing as they chase behind her. USSR, 1960s. There's an infectious joy in the way she leans forward, her smile bright and unrestrained, as if embracing a brief escape from the formality of fame. The children's delighted expressions add a burst of energy, turning the moment into a spontaneous little celebration. Sunlight reflects off the pavement and the parked cars, giving the street a warm, lived-in glow. Her stylish outfit contrasts charmingly with the simple scooter, blending elegance with childlike fun. Today, the photograph feels like a tender snapshot of freedom, a reminder that even stars find their happiest moments in the simplest pleasures. A group of workers guide a camel carefully down a wooden ramp from a freight train car, likely part of a traveling circus transport, USA, early 1900s. There's a lively curiosity in the way the men gather close, their expressions a mix of caution and amusement as the great animal descends. The camel's hesitant posture contrasts with the steady hands leading it, creating a moment both tender and slightly chaotic. Dust and hay scatter along the ramp, adding texture to a scene that feels rugged and full of motion. The old boxcars behind them frame the image with a nostalgic industrial charm. Today, the photograph stands as a glimpse into a bygone era when exotic animals, railroads, and wandering shows wove together the small wonders of early American entertainment. 8 women in classic one-piece swimsuits stroll arm in arm along a sunny shoreline, embodying the carefree elegance of mid-century beach culture, USA, 1940s, 1950s. Their bright smiles and synchronized steps give the moment a lively, almost cinematic rhythm, as if they're part of a cheerful seaside revue. Sunlight glows softly on their faces, highlighting the timeless beauty of simple friendship and summer joy. Behind them, the outlines of tall beachfront buildings create a charming contrast to the wide, open sky. The warm sand beneath their feet adds a gentle texture that anchors the whole scene in nostalgia. Today, the photograph feels like a joyful postcard from another era, a reminder of days filled with laughter, sun, and uncomplicated happiness. A small group enjoys a leisurely riverside camping trip beside a classic mid-century caravan, blending summer ease with simple outdoor comfort. USA, 1940s, 1950s. There's a gentle charm in the way each person moves through their own little task. One cooking over a portable stove, another adjusting her hair in the sunshine, a man sipping a drink while relaxing in his chair, and a woman standing with a thermos in hand. The calm river and houseboats behind them add a dreamy, vacation-like serenity that wraps the whole scene in warmth. Soft light settles over the grassy bank, giving everything a nostalgic glow that feels both peaceful and inviting. Their casual poses hint at slow mornings, shared meals, and the unhurried rhythm of life lived outdoors. Today, the photograph feels like a beautifully preserved memory of simpler summers, where joy was found in fresh air, friendship, and the open road. A Centre-Leclerc butcher shop bustles with morning customers along a narrow Parisian street, its storefront filled with hanging cuts of meat. France, 1950s. There's a lively rhythm to the scene, as shoppers in heavy coats lean in to examine the day's offerings while the butcher stands ready with notes and orders in hand. The bold signage above the shop contrasts with the worn facades around it, echoing a post-war Paris slowly finding its modern identity. Soft winter light washes over the cobblestones, giving the moment a gentle, lived-in and charm. Conversations drift through the air, blending with the familiar sounds of knives, paper wrapping, and street chatter. Today, the photograph feels like a nostalgic window into a Paris where daily life unfolded in small rituals, rich with community and simple human warmth. Two men clash violently in the middle of Telegraph Avenue as a stunned crowd looks on. Berkeley, California, 1972. The photograph crackles with raw tension, every muscle and gesture frozen at the peak of chaos. Onlookers stand in a tight semicircle, their faces a mix of shock, concern, and troubled fascination, as if the street itself has momentarily stopped breathing. The scattered objects, a fallen bicycle, torn clothing, handwritten sale signs, deepen the gritty realism of the moment. Sunlight cuts sharply across the pavement, highlighting the stark contrast between the fighter's fury and the onlooker's uneasy stillness. Today, the image remains a powerful fragment of early 70s America, capturing the volatility, energy, and unpredictable pulse of life on Telegraph Avenue. Bernadette Lafont sits poised in an armchair, while Jean-Paul Belmondo and director Claude Chabrol crouch beside her during the filming of A Double Tour, France, 1959. There's an intimate, almost conspiratorial warmth to the moment, as if the trio has slipped briefly out of the demands of production to share a quiet pause. Lafont's calm elegance anchors the scene, her expression thoughtful beneath the soft glow of a nearby lamp. Belmondo leans in with a relaxed grin, radiating the youthful charm that would soon make him a new wave icon. Chabrol, ever observant, looks off to the side with the alert curiosity of a storyteller shaping a world. Today, the photograph feels like a tender glimpse into the early days of the French New Wave, creative, unguarded, and alive with possibility. A group of ethnic Germans load their remaining belongings onto a train as part of the mass expulsions from Czechoslovakia after World War II. 1945, 1947. The photograph carries a heavy, somber quiet, as if the air itself is thick with uncertainty and loss. Women move with a tense urgency, folding clothes and climbing makeshift ladders, trying to salvage fragments of a life that no longer belongs to them. The decorated rail cars, adorned with flowers in a bitter attempt at dignity, stand in stark contrast to the grief etched into every gesture. Around them, older villagers look on helplessly, bearing the weight of a world reshaped by vengeance, trauma, and the brutal arithmetic of war's aftermath. Today, the image remains a poignant reminder that even in victory, the human cost can echo in the lives of the displaced long after the fighting ends. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed discovering these rare historical moments, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us which photo impressed you the most. See you in the next one.